Hi, Andy Griswold here for Connecticut Audubon Society EcoTravel eVentures. We sometimes run an event we call a Rarities Chase, but with the COVID virus well ensconced, we are not offering that at the moment. So what I thought I would do instead of that is perhaps show you how we might find a rarity in Connecticut. You may be familiar with the recent find by Paul Desjardins up in Wethersfield of the Townsend's warbler, first state record, many in surrounding states. But the one warbler that everyone now is looking out for is the Swainson's warbler. Many records from Massachusetts, many records from New York, especially I think Prospect Park in Brooklyn and Central Park in Manhattan, as well as a record from Block Island and Rhode Island. So Connecticut is lacking. We've got a number of talented birders who go out each year in search of this species. So the first thing you want to make sure of is that you know how to identify the bird. It is pretty unique in its appearance, although what might be considered a drab warbler in appearance, it's still pretty unique. It has a very heavy beak, rufous rusty crown, kind of an olivey brown drabness to the rest of it. Sometimes drabness is the best field mark. Then, always good, and especially with this bird, you're likely to hear it singing first, so you need to know what its call or song is like. In this case, Swainson's warbler does sound a bit like Louisiana water thrush, so make sure that you do your homework before going out in the field so that you know the difference between the two songs. A good resource is the Macaulay Library run by Cornell University. Check out both species songs at that website. At the Macaulay Library website, you can see the sonographs for both bird species. This may be helpful in differentiating between the two. A sonograph is a pictorial depiction of the bird song, how they're represented in pitch over time. So take a look at that. Of course, it's good to know where to go to look for this bird. Habitat requirements are pretty specific. In the south, where this bird is more generally found, giant cane is one of the preferred habitats, loblolly pine. Without any of that up here, we'll be looking in other places. At elevation along the Appalachian mountain range, the bird prefers rhododendron, mountain laurel, so that's where I would suggest looking for it here. The density of the understory within a rhododendron patch, for instance, is going to be very important, finding that right mix of density plant species. But it obviously likes tight spaces, so keep that in mind. Additionally, all of the New England records, except for one way up in Vermont, are coastal records. I think almost every one of them are birds that have occurred within a couple of miles of the coast. So need to plan accordingly. So I'm going to head out with all of that information in mind and see what I can find, at least find some good habitat and good places to perhaps look in the future down the road. I'm at the Preserve, a 1,000-acre open space shared between the towns of Westbrook, Essex, and Old Saybrook. Lots of ovenbirds, white-breasted nuthatch, red-bellied woodpecker, great-crested flycatcher. Even if you don't find the Swainson's warbler, lots of good birds. Eastern wood pewee, my first of the year. Looks like some pretty tight habitat. That's kind of what I'd imagine finding them in. Lots of northern perilous singing. And a black-throated blue came in to see what I was up to. Well, no Swainson's warbler today. But bottom line is you gotta get outside, put yourself in the proper habitat, make sure you learn the song. Definitely compare Swainson's with Louisiana water thrush. Anywhere where you're gonna have Mount Laurel covered hillsides, you can expect to see and hear lots of worm-eating warblers. Good luck. Let us know what you find. Take care. Bye-bye.